You all asked for it, so here is over 2 hours of organizing, decluttering, and tips all focused on the laundry room, utility closet, and cleaning products. If you are following along with the sophisticated declutter this year, this would be a great video to press play and watch while you declutter your home and get a little bit of motivation as well. I've packed in a ton of content here, from my first apartment where I started YouTube to my next apartment, which was a little bit larger, all the way to our most recent move at the house we're in right now. So no matter what space you live in, a small apartment or a little bit of a larger house, hopefully you'll find some content that's relatable here, lots of organizing ideas and some tips and tricks, as well as an overview as to how to declutter these areas. So I don't want to say sit back and relax and enjoy, because I truly hope that you press play and organize along with me. So I want to give you a step-by-step guide of what you can do to declutter your cleaning products and your laundry space. Number one, the first thing you're going to want to do is take inventory. Taking inventory means going through all of your cleaning supplies. So if you keep them all throughout your house, gather everything together, bring them in one spot, and start to understand what cleaning products you actually have in your home. Step number two is going to be streamlining. So streamlining means two different things here. One, it's going to mean reducing the number of products that you're using. So trying to find products that are multifunctional and multi-purpose if possible. You don't need a different type of cleaner for every single specific task you do. There are some cleaners that can be used in different spaces in your house, so you can just have one product. There are, of course, certain areas like certain wood furniture or leather or whatever it might be that does require a specific type of cleaner. So it's okay to have a few different types, but if you can streamline as much as possible, as well as if you have duplicates of cleaners, trying to combine things if possible. Do not combine two different types of cleaners in one container. You do not want to deal with mixing different cleaners together and having some sort of chemical reaction that you're really not intending to have. If you have two of the exact same type of cleaners, you can combine them, but other than that, I wouldn't combine things together. But if you have something with just a little bit of cleaning product left, maybe start by targeting those cleaners if you don't want to throw things away. I don't encourage throwing away perfectly good items, but use those items first. Get rid of them and get them out of your home so you have those full cleaners to keep. You don't want to hold on to the ones with just a little bit left because maybe you went to the store and bought a new cleaner that you're excited about using and leave a bottle with just that little bit. Streamline as much as possible. The next tip is to dispose of items or get rid of what you can. Now, it might sound crazy to you, but cleaning products do expire. Some of them will have an expiration date actually on them. You don't need to be too strict on that expiration date depending on the product. But certain things will actually dry up. If it's a foaming product and it doesn't foam, if the sprayer no longer works, whatever that product is, if it's clear that it's expired, you need to get rid of it. The next step is to organize. Now, again, with the sophisticated declutter, of course, we're focusing on decluttering, but while we're at it, you might as well organize a little bit. There are two different strategies you can have when it comes to cleaning products. I'm gonna say there's no right or wrong. It's about what works best for you. I actually do a combination, but your two options are to either have all of your cleaning products in one place, and that's your central location. You can have little cleaning caddies that you can grab from that one place and take with you to the bathrooms or whatever it might be. Or the other option is to have your cleaning products in the specific rooms that they belong. So you could have your cleaning products, staying in your bathroom when you use them in your bathroom. I like to keep most of my cleaning products in 3 places. So I keep all of my kitchen related products in my kitchen. I also do keep a glass cleaner in there and a multi-purpose cleaner. those, you know, it could apply anywhere, but I do keep one of each of those in my kitchen. In my laundry room, I keep all laundry related cleaning supplies. And then I have a guest bathroom where I keep the rest of my cleaning supplies. So I do have a caddy that I take to my bathrooms with me. I don't keep them in my master bathroom and my guest bathroom. I just keep them with the rest of my cleaning products and carry those around with me. If you go through all of those steps, hopefully you should have a decluttered and organized cleaning product collection. Now, another thing I want to mention about decluttering all of your cleaning products, make sure you're disposing of these things properly if you have to dispose of them and they're expired. As always, I say to check with friends and family and see if they would like to use something. Maybe they want to test out one of your cleaners before they go to the store and purchase that item themselves. See if there's a charity or local nonprofit that might accept cleaning products. There are usually lots out there, so see if you can donate those items as well. And I guess another thing that I would say as you're going through the decluttering process is thinking about the cleaning products that fit your lifestyle. I'm gonna go through and declutter these products as well and do the sophisticated declutter with you as I've been doing through this whole process. So make sure to follow me on Instagram if you're not already. But for me, I'm trying to find those cleaners that are multi-purpose and multi-functioning, but I'm also trying to work to use a little bit of cleaner products, less fragrances. And for me, I'm going to start to try and get rid of those products that don't fit that category. So as usual, make sure it fits you and your lifestyle. If you're like,
I really like the way that my under sink area is set up. I feel like I've kind of gotten it down, except for that spot where I have cleaning products and cleaning tools. For some reason, those labels just don't fit what I'm doing. And while I keep both cleaning products and cleaning tools in that divided bin, I don't put them in their proper section. So I need to think through whether that's something I need to relabel, get rid of the labels, or just come up with a different process.
You know that I'm the queen of overthinking. It's like we're done before we even started. So if this is the end now, baby, know that I gave it my all. I believe in us. I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us. Please don't give up on me. At least give me a try. 'Cause you're the...
so now I have everything out of the linen closet with the exception of my towels that I actually think I took the time to fold properly, so I don't really want to redo them. I'm gonna leave them where they are. And then I left in my mop bucket and a few tools on the door, so I'm gonna show you what that looks like and figure out what to do with this one extra towel. And I might have another one that I'm gonna stick in there too, so let's see how that works.
I just washed my duster and my mop head, which is one of the reasons I love both of these products is because they're machine washable. And I really enjoy the hooks that I have on the door. They're actually command hooks. I've tried so many different things and those work the best for me. So I love those. But also at the bottom, that's where I keep my mop bucket, and I keep my Method squirt mop in that bucket just because that's when I use it, so it's easiest for me to keep there. Next, I'm just gonna fold that one towel that was sitting at the top of the closet, as well as another one I had hanging up. Because this is a guest bath, I'm fine with having just one out and didn't need the second one, and it was actually blocking the light switch, so I wanted to fold that. Okay, now that everything is out of the closet, the first thing I'm gonna do is sort everything into categories. So I have a pile of kind of miscellaneous cleaners, soaps, dish soaps and hand soaps, and then kind of an all-purpose cleaner, and a few other piles. I realized I had some things under my sink and it might be a good idea to bring them out as well. Even though I'm not necessarily organizing under my sink today, I wanted to make sure I was going through all of the cleaning products and had the right products in my under sink caddy versus what's in the linen closet. That's actually something from the KonMari method. She really recommends sorting through your home item by item or category by category as opposed to room by room. So this was a good example of that. I wanted to go through all of my cleaning products at once. Now I'm not sure exactly what category I want to call this grouping of stuff, but COVID-19 is pretty much what it is. It is gloves, masks, and hand sanitizers. And we were actually in California with my parents near the beginning of the pandemic, and my dad gave me a bunch of cleaning supplies in unlabeled bottles, and I realized that I still didn't know what some of these bottles were, so I was giving them a sniff, but I was also texting my dad pictures saying, what the heck is this? How do I use it? Is it hand sanitizer? Is it a disinfectant spray? Please help.
Can I be the one who wakes you up before you missed your ride? 'Cause I wanna be close to you, and I wanna show you something new. You gotta know, every day I got your back, yeah, you can count on me for that. So put your hand in mine, I will be there every day. When you're sick of the climb, I will make sure it's okay.
So I got a call back from my dad, and I immediately pulled out the label maker so I could label some of these mystery bottles and the instructions for how to use them as well.
Gonna try to keep the pace, but someday we will find that the world has changed, but we stay true to each other. I will always be there for you whenever you need my help. I'm taking my time to be your rock. I don't ever wanna be apart. You gotta know, every day I got your back, yeah, you can count on me for that. So put your hand in mine, I will be there every day. When you're sick of the climb, I will make sure it's okay. I know you didn't ask for any of this, but we reach for the sky. That's the flying colors now. Show you something new. You gotta know, every day I got your back. Yeah, you can count on me. Yeah. So put your hand in mine, I will be there every day when you're sick of the.
Now that I have all of my multi-purpose, multi-surface, whatever you call them, cleaners figured out, I'm just gonna fill this one up a little bit with some of that backup cleaner and start to load them up in this larger bin. It was a little bit of a game of Tetris trying to figure out how to get all of these products in here. And I don't love to have this many cleaning products. This is way too many for me to have on hand. But again, my dad did give me quite a few. I get some cleaning products sent to me to test out. So I have some of those as well. And I do enjoy a lot of them, but I just don't need 15 multi-purpose cleaners at once. So you'll see I have a lot of Jaws cleaners refill pods. I actually really enjoy the Jaws cleaners. If you're somebody who's sensitive to fragrance, they're a great option for you. They're not super strong in their scents. And of course, they take up very little room to have backstock on hand, which is another reason that I really like them. So Jaws cleaners would be a great option for you if you have a small amount of space but want to have some backstock.
I wasted all my time, I wasted all my nights, I wasted it on someone who's indifferent. It didn't love me right.
The next bin is my, we'll call it miscellaneous cleaners. And then I'm just gonna fill up my toilet wand cleaner. I do use a disposable toilet wand. I've gone through numerous ways to try and figure out how I could enjoy using a regular toilet wand that's not disposable. And I know it's not environmentally friendly, but this is just what I do to clean my toilet, and I'm so much happier this way. This little cleaning caddy is from Utopia, and I really like it. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to use it. I might actually end up taking out one of the dividers because it might be unnecessary to have this many divided spaces for exactly what I'm using it for. But I like that I can have everything I need to clean in the bathroom in one spot and bring it from bathroom to bathroom.
I never saw the signs, it didn't treat me right, but I just couldn't let him go. You waited patiently, you waited for me, you showed me what it was to love. You have been here since day one, seen the ups and downs.
Next up are all of my hand soaps, and I do have some seasonal hand soaps. I have a dish soap that is the Acorn Spice scent. I'm going to stick that actually in my kitchen because it's fall now, so I'm going to use it in the fall time. And then I have my winter snowdrop scent and my winter peppermint scent that I'll save for later. Then I guess we have the COVID-19 bin with the masks, the gloves, and the hand sanitizer, again, now that I know what all of the bottles are. And this next bin is going to be room fragrance. I am actually going to end up labeling all of these things. I just don't have all of the labels from the Container Store. They were sold out when I went there, so I'm going to have to hold off on that for now. But I think I'll call this one room fragrance or something along those lines. So I have my little reed diffusers as well as some backup refills for the Febreze plugins that I have. So I had two different scents in the Febreze plug-in refills. I had an apple spice scent and a cranberry scent, and I just wanted to label them so I knew which one was which since they looked exactly the same with the coloring on the tops. And usually the fragrances have different colors. So the apple is something I'll use in the fall, and cranberry will probably transition as it's more Thanksgiving time and heading into winter.
I don't need no one to say you're complicated, 'cause I knew from the start this might be overrated.
So I had batteries in my cleaning closet as well. Now, I'm not sure if this is the best home for them. I think I'm just going to leave them there for now, but I did use a photo organizer to organize all of my smaller batteries, and I was shocked at how well they all fit in there. I could actually stack the AA batteries too high, and it still closed just fine. So I could almost fit all of my batteries in this little thing, and I might end up moving it, like I said, to a different spot, but for now, they're going to go in my cleaning closet. And look, I found a needle at the bottom of this bin, so that's kind of scary. So I pulled that out. Then I have all of my Dyson parts, and since we live in an apartment and I'm not going to install anything on the wall in here, I decided to do two separate bins, one with all of the wall mount supplies that we're not going to use, and then another one with all of the accessories that we will use while we're in the apartment. And I'll just stack them on top of each other and stack the one that I'm going to use more often on top.
On my way home, oh, I gotta wake up.
So same thing here. I'm just going to pull off all the labels and then double check and remind myself what's in each bin and stack things accordingly. And I do think I'm going to stack some of these bins on top of each other. So same thing, I want to make sure the things that I'm putting on the bottom are the items that I want to access less. So that's some of my backup cleaning supplies that I don't plan on using that often unless I actually run out of a cleaner. Now the fun part, the actual organizing and loading up the bins and making everything look all nice and neat and pretty.
Oh, I gotta wake up. This might be a breakup. 'Cause I don't believe you when you say that.
Another thing I wanted to take into account as I was filling up the closet was what goes lower down should be things that I don't want to access as often because I do put my vacuum and my mop there, so it kind of blocks the access to some of the shelves.
I don't believe you, no. I don't believe you, no, no. I don't believe you, 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 no, no. 'Cause I don't believe you when you say that you miss me. 'Cause where are your actions? When you were leaving, I need you even more than I did before. You had the last word when you walked out the door. You drive me crazy, I want you to stay here. Now I'm here alone. I hate this party and I don't know anyone. We get drunk and we fight, but I forgive you although you drive me crazy. I want you to stay here. You'll be the death of me still. You're medicine. Yeah, I need it. I need it. You light my fire.
So now that my workout clothes are in the wash, I'm going to take this time to get some labels together for that laundry closet. And I've already done a lot of the actual organizing, putting things in the bins and baskets that are in that closet. There is a little bit of rearranging that I should do, but we're both getting a little bit frustrated not knowing what's in these bins. So oftentimes the labels are just a pretty finishing touch and I really know what's in them, but I genuinely keep forgetting what's in each of the bins, so labels are for sure needed.
You'll be the death of me still. You're medicine. Yeah, I need it. I need it. You light my fire just to put me out again. Still I need you. I'm weak for you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. I'm weak for you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. you through. I still have you on my mind, my mind. My focus been drifting away from you. Just wasn't our time, our time. You can say what you want, but I know you hurt at night. But I tried and I tried and I tried to hold you tight. So I'm here tonight, and I'm giving us one last chance, 'cause I don't wanna lose what we had. 'Cause I'm not feeling right, and I'm tired of this loneliness. Let me prove it, 'cause I swear I will. Love you better, yeah, yeah. Love you better, oh, love you better, love you better. Lately I've been feeling some type of way. I'm losing my mind, my mind. I know saying sorry might not be enough. Just tell me how I can make things right. Things right. You can say what you want, but I know you hurt at night. But I tried and I tried and I tried to hold you tight. So I'm here tonight, and I'm giving us one last chance, 'cause I don't wanna lose what we had. I'm not feeling right, and I'm tired of this loneliness. Let me prove it, 'cause I swear I will.
So I'm just going to pull all of the bins down, remind myself what's in each of them, maybe move some things around and make sure everything looks good inside, and then attach the labels and put them back up.
Love you better, yeah, yeah. Love you better, love you better, love you better,
So full of self-confidence, and everything you said made a lot of sense. I thought I was too cold to ever love again, but every single word cut through the rain.
So everything on the top shelf is utility related, and that includes things like our light bulbs, extra electrical cords, things to repair furniture and other items around the house. And then the next row down is all of our laundry care items. So I have one bin that's all washing related, one that's drying related, one with a steamer and my iron, another one of backstock. And then finally, one of my big tips, if you are somebody that uses microfiber cloths or rags to clean your home, I would get some sort of a plastic bin, whether you keep that in your kitchen or in your laundry room like I do, to put all of those dirty rags. It's really great to have something that's plastic, because then you can easily clean it out, because when you're putting all of those dirty rags in there, trust me, you don't want a nice pretty linen basket or something that's wicker that's difficult to clean. So that's one place to definitely go plastic.
Without going in. Funny how just a few letters in a row can turn into a smile, and now you can't let go. Oh, oh. We see the distance grow. I just need to know, do you even feel the same? I'm living in your messages. I'm closer to you there, I guess. Living in your messages. Every day now I confess.
So the first recipe that we're going to start with is my sink scrub. And this is something I like using every night before I go to bed, just to really give the sink a good rinse and clean everything out from dinner and all of the dishes that I've had in the sink throughout the day. And it's a very simple recipe. All you're going to do is add about 1 cup of baking soda and 15 drops of your essential oil of choice. So I'm just going to use a 1/4 cup because it's a little bit easier to get into my container without spilling the baking soda everywhere. And then, like I said, you can add really any essential oil. I personally like using citrus oils in my sink. I like that fresh citrus smell in the kitchen, and lemongrass is my favorite. When you're using your nightly sink scrub, all that you're going to do is make sure you're starting with an empty sink, sprinkle in your sink scrub solution, add a couple of drops of dish soap, and then I like to wet my bristle, but just make sure you have a little bit of water so you can kind of get a good lather going, and you're just going to scrub away and then rinse until all of the baking soda and dish soap are gone. So my next recipe is my microwave steam cleaner. It's another super easy one, and it's great if you have any caked on gunk inside of your microwave. So all you do here is you add about 1 cup of water. I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of vinegar, and then about 15 drops of essential oil. Here I'm choosing peppermint because I really like the fresh, minty smell that it gives throughout the kitchen when you microwave it. So you're gonna take this mixture, stick it in the microwave, and I like to do about 5 minutes on high. I wouldn't recommend much more than that depending on your microwave, but you're just gonna let the steam kind of do its thing and help get rid of all of that gunk, like I said, from the microwave, and everything should just wipe away with ease. So next up is everyone's favorite. It's a multi-surface cleaner. The base of this cleaner is going to be 1 cup of water with 1 cup of vinegar. If you aren't a fan of having vinegar in your cleaning products and you don't like that smell all over your home, what I would recommend is taking any citrus fruit that you may have. Lemon and orange work great, and fill up a mason jar, a couple of slices of your citrus fruit of choice, cover it up and keep it in your pantry or in a dark place for at least 3 to 4 weeks, and that citrus fruit will help mask the scent of the vinegar. But in addition to having the vinegar and the water in this cleaning solution, I also like to add about 20 drops of essential oil. You can match the citrus fruit to the one that you used with the vinegar. You can use Really anything you'd like, but my favorites are orange and tea tree. They both have great cleaning properties, so that's kind of my go-to blend. So for my homemade glass cleaner, I add half a cup of rubbing alcohol and a quarter cup of white vinegar to my bottle. And then I'm going to take some hot or warm water, and it is important that it's hot or warm water because we're going to add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to it and mix it together. So that warm water really helps it dissolve, and blend that in with your rubbing alcohol and your white vinegar. Now the cornstarch might seem a little bit strange, but it really does help with that streak-free shine, but it is important to shake it up and make sure that the cornstarch hasn't settled at the bottom of the bottle before you clean. Last but definitely not least, this is something that I posted on my Instagram in the past, but what I like to do to help clean out my garbage disposal is slice up some lemons and freeze it with vinegar. So this is gonna be really a power cleaner because the vinegar, the lemon, and the ice cube, it's gonna dislodge gunk from your disposal. It's gonna freshen with that lemon. It's gonna clean with the vinegar, and it's really a triple threat. Even if you don't have ice cube trays, I froze these in small Tupperware containers and it worked great. So if you guys liked any of these cleaners, I will have all of the recipes linked below with a free printable for you, including one bonus recipe. So make sure to check that out in the description box, as well as any of the other products that I may have used. If you're interested in my cleaning bottles, those will be linked, and much more. So check that out. So I do have a quick little organizing project that I need to take care of. I just got this package from Utopia, and this is their under sink caddy, and I'm actually going to link it in the description box below. It's a really cool product. They have a ton of great organizing products, and what I like about them is that they have different products that you can change depending on your space. So with this one, you'll see that I can move the dividers around depending on what I'm going to put in it, but you can also add this little caddy at the front of it, and you can really put anything in it. So if it's going to be under your kitchen sink, you could use that front caddy for dishwasher tabs, or like me in my bathroom, you could put sponges in it, really whatever you want. But this cabinet is a little bit short, so I can't extend it on the front of it, and you can always use it inside the caddy as well. Of course, I have to top it off with a homemade label, and it is perfect.
So here I'm just grabbing a few things. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna use yet. So I'm gonna bring it over to the table with me. I kind of wanna add in a cleaner that has a little bit more of an abrasive nature. So I have this cloth and bristle one, which is a good one, or my soft scrub, and I kind of want to keep my soft scrub in the kitchen, so maybe I'll bring this one over. I have some cleaning tools I'm going to play around with, and then I want to put some cloths in there, so I'm going to grab one just regular multi-purpose microfiber cloth, and then one that's more so meant for glass. Okay, so I have a fair amount of stuff here. I think the base that I'm gonna start with is the cleaners that I wanna have in here. I know there's a couple basic ones I want. I want a glass cleaner. I want my multi-purpose, multi-surface, whatever you call it, cleaner. And then a wood cleaner. And I've also grabbed that cloth and bristle cleaner as well. So on top of that, I'm gonna put in my cleaning gloves and then my 2 microfiber cloths. So before I get too far, I also have my cleaning bin that I keep in our linen closet. So I'm gonna pop in here and see if there's anything else I might wanna put in there, if there's any other products, but I think for the most part it's just refill items. And actually, I would love to hear from you guys if you're curious in the types of things that I put in my spray bottles. I kind of want to share a video specifically about cleaners that you can buy in bulk or cleaning concentrates that you can use in glass spray bottles, like the spray bottles that I use, to be a little bit more eco-friendly and also just to save some space in your home or wherever you live. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments below. But as I'm opening this, I will show you what I'm looking at. But you can see it is just cleaning concentrates and honestly just backup cleaners. So I don't need any of that right now because it looks like everything's pretty filled up. So I'm gonna close this up. And then the last few things I want to put in here, I have a room spray. That'll be nice to have as I go around from room to room. I'm also going to put in some cleaning tools. I'm going to stick it in a jar like this just so they don't get lost at the bottom. I have some of these that were in the kitchen. I also have one mini one, so I think the mini one is the one I'm going to bring around with me, save the other ones for the kitchen. And I have an OXO little cleaning tool here. This is really great for grout, small spots. It actually comes in a pack of 2, and I'm gonna do the other tool in my bathroom caddy, which I'll show you in a minute. So this I will stick in the jar as well. And then I wanna make sure I have a sponge too. So I'm gonna put that in here. And I think that's gonna be it for my cleaning caddy. And as I'm picking it up, I think I wanna change the weight around a little bit. So I might put these back here and move it around just a tiny bit. Okay, so there we go. This is the full cleaning caddy. I have all of the different spray cleaners and cleaning products that I would need anywhere in my apartment. I also have all of the cleaning tools that I could ever need with me, and it all fits into one nice caddy. Now I have the weight kind of spread out and distributed evenly so it's not gonna fall over. But if you're thinking about making a cleaning caddy, I do really like this one. It's nice and sturdy. Definitely big enough to hold everything that you could need and then some. There's still plenty of room in here if I decide there's anything else I want to add in. But I want to make this a little bit more sophisticated, so I'm gonna whip up a label, add that on, and then we'll head over to the bathroom and do my bathroom caddy. Okay, so I have my bathroom caddy here, and it is, I feel like, a little bit of a mess. I, in general, like the products that are in here, but I think there might be too much of some things, not enough of others. So let's go through what's in here right now and update it. So you'll see I have a glass microfiber cloth. That's nice to have. I will probably also want a regular microfiber cloth, so we'll need to grab that. I have 3 sponges. That seems like too many to me, so I'm gonna pull out 1 for now and keep 2. This is the other OXO tool that I was talking about. This is new. This previously was not in my cleaning caddy, but I chose this one for the bathroom cleaner because it has that scrub brush to get in small places and grout, but also this little squeegee tool, which is really nice around faucets and drains and things like that. So that's perfect for the bathroom. Of course, for my cleaners, I have a shower and tub cleaner. I don't have any sort of multi-surface cleaner other than my disinfectant. And side note, I put all of these labels on myself. I have one here as well, and I do sell these labels on my website if you are interested. So I have my disinfectant and my shower cleaner, but I also think that I want to add in a glass cleaner here as well. I'm always cleaning in the mirrors, and though I have this caddy, I still have to bring a glass cleaner with me and go grab it from my kitchen or somewhere else. So I want to add in a glass cleaner. I have essential oils in here. I don't use this as I bring it around to the bathrooms. So I'm gonna pull this out and get rid of that. And then I have 2 different acrylic cleaners. These I do use. I have acrylic organizers in other areas, so I could put this in my larger cleaning caddy, but honestly in the bathroom is really where I use it the most. That's where they get really dirty. It gets out scratches, and then the other one cleans and polishes. So I'm gonna keep those in there. And then last but not least, I have my Clorox disposable toilet wands. I have some refills in there, as you can see. This, of course, needs to be in the bathroom cleaning caddy, so that's a 100% thing that I'm keeping in there. So let me go around, grab a few more items, and then let's put this thing together.
Step 1 is always to remove everything from your space before you give it a deep clean. So that's what I'm going to start with, is taking everything off of that lower shelf and anything on the side of the washer and dryer. I'm going to leave the things on the top shelf because they're not really laundry related, and I've decluttered them and reorganized them pretty recently. Next up, I'm going to wipe off the wire shelves I have where I keep all of my laundry products that we just removed everything from, and you'll see that there's some stuck on laundry detergent. So I need to give that a good wipe, as well as the rest of the shelf, which I didn't really think was going to be that dirty. I just moved in over the summer, so I wasn't expecting that much dust, but you can tell when I wipe it off, it's actually quite dirty. For the machines and the shelving, I'm just using a multi-surface cleaner. It doesn't really matter what type of cleaner you're using here for the outside or for the shelves. It depends on your surfaces. So I'm just going to wipe down everything, and especially pay attention to where there might be some spots of laundry detergent or anything like that.
I've tried sometimes but you're making me.
You can also actually fully remove the drawer if you have a front loader like I do, where the laundry detergent is. So I'm gonna pull that out, bring it to the kitchen sink, and give it a good scrub. Now we're on to the inside of the laundry machine, and you do actually wanna be careful with what types of products you use on the inside of your washing machine. It actually does help to use products that you already use in the machine to clean it. So things like powdered Tide or bleach are really great to clean. If you use anything else, it could suds up and foam, and you don't want that. So I'm actually just gonna use a mix of bleach and water, because later we're gonna give it a sanitize cycle and I'll be able to rinse out all of that bleach. I'm just using a little scrubber brush here. You can really use anything that works for you or anything you have on hand. The biggest thing in your washing machine when you're cleaning it is to pull out that seal and really make sure you clean things there. That's where mold and mildew and things build up. You can actually pour some of that bleach and water mixture straight in there and just scrub away. You'll see that I have rubber gloves on, and I definitely wore an outfit today that I don't mind if I get bleach on. I wore a white shirt, so hopefully if bleach gets on that, it's not a big deal. And then these shorts are so old that it's completely fine with me. But if you're scrubbing around with bleach, definitely be aware of that.
Kiss me under city lights. I know you feel it every time I look at you. I feel about you.
Now that I have the inside of the washing machine all clean with bleach, I pulled back that seal, got all of the gunk out of the inside. I am going to use this OxiClean washing machine cleaner. So I'm gonna put it on my sanitize cycle. Mine actually says sanitize with Oxy, so this is perfect. But whatever sanitize or clean cycle your machine has will do just fine. But I especially wanna rinse it out because it has bleach in it. I don't wanna put another load of laundry in there with all of that bleach just sitting in the inside, or else my clothing will get bleach on it. So I'm gonna run a sanitize cycle with this.
Look at all that dust that built up there. I did already clean off the rest of the washing machine, but I didn't clean off that glass surface, and that was a mistake because gross.
You got 2 minutes of my time.
While the washer runs, I'm gonna move on to the dryer, wipe off the outside, and then on the inside of the dryer, I'm just using some warm soapy water to clean it with a rag and gonna wipe all of the surfaces in there and then move on to the lint trap.
I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking your sweat. You're falling into me, touch me. I swear you'll do anything that I want.
So the first thing you want to do, of course, remove the lint, but then I'm going to grab my vacuum to really make sure I'm getting everything out of there. I'm going to vacuum off the tray there and then vacuum off inside with an attachment that can stick way down in there and make sure I'm getting all of the extra little particles. And you'll see there's some hair that I can't quite get. So I pull that off and then keep vacuuming around.
There's nothing personal in having a little fun. You wait and see if it's worth your while.
Now I'm going to move the dryer so I can clean behind them. And oh my gosh, I was shocked by what was behind here. Again, this is a place we moved into over the summer. It's a brand new apartment. Nobody's actually lived in this unit before, so I don't know if this was from construction and they just figured no apartment resident would ever move the dryer, but this was full of debris, dust, cardboard pieces, lots of stuff, so I'm happy I moved it. I did have to move the machines one at a time because you'll see that things are really tight near the laundry closet. There's not a ton of room to move, and this washer was so much heavier than I thought to move, and I definitely wish I would have done this while my husband was home. So I just moved it enough to sweep behind it and get the stuff that was back there. It was similar to the dryer, and then I was going to scoot it right back. Scooting it back, I used, I think, my full body weight into that thing to just get it back in its place. And you'll see, look, there was even more stuff back there. So I'm going to sweep it up and get rid of that stuff. Then I'm just going to use the same soapy rag that I used to clean the dryer and just wipe up the floor there. If you have a large laundry room, feel free to break out that mop, but I just used the wet soapy rag from cleaning the dryer.
So now that I have all of my laundry products on the kitchen table, I'm gonna go through everything, make sure the categories make sense, wipe off some of the laundry detergents. They have some gross spots on them, and see if there's anything that I can get rid of. So here we go.
I try to hold it together, keep it together. Been playing it down, but I'm so getting tired. Now won't you meet high? 'Cause I've been feeling that crazy, and I need to.
I have 2 different laundry detergents. One does have Downy already in it, and then one does not have any sort of fabric softener or Downy and is actually meant for active wear and has a scent to it, which I like to use just for my workout clothing. Now these dryer sheets are my backups, and I do buy them in the largest box they sell them in, so I wanted to get rid of some of that packaging because they were both only half full, so I'm just going to stick them in some Ziplocs to get rid of that cardboard and to make some extra space.
Monday came and swept away all the fun of yesterdays, but I'm gonna hold it together. This ain't forever. Need a shot and then a beat, somewhere to let out some steam. I'm not the one to say never, never say never. Been playing it down, but I'm so getting tired. Now won't you meet high? 'Cause I've been feeling that crazy, and I need to lose control. So baby, put the record on. Baby, put the record on. Hit it. And I've been.
This is the bin where I keep everything that I use every single time I do the wash. I have my Downy Unstoppable, some OxiClean, stain remover, bleach, and then a couple of other little items there. I was playing around with the configuration, and I decided to put the bleach actually in the back stock because in that little blue jar I do have some bleach pods, so those I can use on a daily basis, and then the larger bleach I will put in the back stock, along with some Downy Wrinkle Release, some Static Guard, some room spray, and a couple other things.
Come, come, come with me. Let's do something we'll regret.
Come with me. I'm gonna get this party lit.
So in this bin, I keep my iron, my steamer, my sweater shaver, and then a little hook to hang dry things, as well as a lint roller. Now on my deep cleaning checklist that's in that description box below, you'll see things like make sure you're cleaning your iron. They can get some sort of a buildup on them, so you do want to clean it if it looks dirty or looks like there's any buildup there.
I'm not gonna need that song. Hit it.
Now this bin, I have all my little lingerie bags, I have my dryer balls, and then I have the dryer sheets that I use on a regular basis that are decanted. You'll see with the rest of my laundry products that I showed you, I don't decant a lot, meaning taking things out of its original packaging like I do throughout the rest of my house, like in my pantry and my bathroom, with the exception of my dryer sheets.
Okay, so I didn't do a ton of decluttering, but I do have some empty boxes. I love getting rid of packaging, so we're gonna toss that. And a couple little lingerie bags that were just duplicates. I had similar sizes, and I think we can get rid of these.
One of the last things for me is to deep clean the doors. That's basically the bulk of my laundry closet is the doors. So I'm going to clean the front and back of them. And I actually have a little spot that's stuck on, so I'm going to grab a magic eraser and get rid of that.
So with everything into the categories, I am going to start with my dish soap and hand soap. You'll see everything is Mrs. Meyer's for my dish soap and hand soap. And I do like using the seasonal scents, especially in the fall and the winter. I get really motivated by scent, so those scents really get me excited. I don't really have any that are spring or summer scented, but I want to try and work through some of the old fall and winter scents that I have with just a tiny bit left. Even though it's more springtime right now, I'm going to suck it up and work through them so I can get rid of some. I have a new Bubble Up dish brush because my old dish brush actually broke. So I have wanted to try one of these for so long, and I'm going to find whichever scent has the smallest amount left in it, pour it in the bottom of this. You just stick the dish brush down into it, and that's how you get soap on it. So I'm hoping it works. So here we go.
I have had a chance to use this Bubble Up dish dispenser, and I do really enjoy it. There are a couple of downsides that I've noticed, and the first one is that you really want to make sure you clean off that dish brush before you put it back on the dispenser, because if you don't, all of those little bits and crumbs will end up in the dispenser and kind of destroying the rest of everything you have in there and making it really gross. So you want to clean it off. And then the other downside I noticed is that if I have a dish that I want to squeeze a little bit of dish soap into and don't want to use the dish brush, it's tough because the dish soap is at the bottom of that little container. So you want to have some dish soap handy if you like to squirt it into something. While it looks like a lot of hand soap and dish soap, a lot of these, like I mentioned before, are only half full or even less because there's those seasonal scents. And I think if I put my mind to it, I can work through these quite quickly and just end up with those larger backups. Next up, we're going to go through my bathroom products, and I use this little caddy under my guest bathroom sink and just bring it to the master bathroom whenever I need to clean that bathroom. After I have the toilet wand in there, I have my shower cleaner. This is actually from a bulk method shower cleaner. My disinfectant is the Jaws disinfectant, and then I'm going to load up some sponges that I like to use in the bathroom as well.
So to walk you through this caddy a little bit more, I love that this rolls out of the cabinet. It's on wheels, so you can just pull it in and out. But I can also pick it up with the handles and bring it from one bathroom to the other and don't have to store multiple cleaning products in each bathroom. So this is really helpful. I keep different sponges that I use to clean the shower and tub and that type of stuff. I have a shower cleaner, which is already full. I don't need to refill that. I have my disinfectant cleaner. And those are the two main things I use when I'm in the bathroom. My glass cleaner I do bring around with me, so I have to grab that separately. The Clorox toilet wand, this thing is awesome. It's not great that it's disposable, so not super environmentally friendly, but I'm a huge fan of the fact that there aren't a ton of germs and I can just pop off that bottom part that cleans the actual toilet, throw it away, use a Clorox wipe or my disinfectant cleaner and wipe off the bottom part, and I'm good to go. And I did share these two products as I was putting them in. These are great if you have any acrylic or drawer organizers, especially makeup organizers in your bathroom. These help get rid of the scratches that might be in there and any other kind of scummy marks that you get on that type of plastic. So I like to have that for the bathroom because that's mostly where I have those types of products. So that's pretty much it for the bathroom. Here comes one of the larger categories. We have all of the rest of my multi-surface and specialty cleaners. This cleaner, I'm trying to get rid of this large container. The cleaner is called Quick Job, and it's a really powerful cleaner, super multifunctional. It can be used to clean a lot of industrial things as well. I don't love it, especially because of how strong it is. Because this bottle is running so low, I want to try and get rid of it and put it into a smaller container. So I'm going to pour it into a smaller container and I'll label it a little bit later. I'm going to refill one of my glass bottles with it as well. So my glass cleaner is the Jaws cleaner, so I'm going to top it off, and then I'm just going to gather the rest of the products that I like to keep under my sink.
So these 3 products are super handy for me to have when I'm in the kitchen. I'm always using my glass cleaner, my kitchen cleaner, and then this sink scrub. And having the adhesive bin right here is perfect, so I don't have to bend down under the kitchen sink. I can reach this while I'm standing at the kitchen sink and cleaning, and this is pretty much all I need at an arm's reach. So I will link this in the description box below if you're interested in the adhesive bin. It is very handy. So now I just have this giant pile of other multi-surface and specialized cleaners that I'm going to go through. And I'm going to start with the ones that are a little more specialized. So I have this wood cleaner and my excess glass cleaner that I don't keep under my kitchen sink. This bottle is actually from the Jaws cleaning system, and the cleaner inside here is also from the Jaws cleaning system. You may have seen advertisements for them. They used to advertise on YouTube for quite a while, and I have all of these refill pods. I really like how they have refillable pods. So a whole bottle of cleaner to store it is this small. That's a huge pro about the Jaws cleaners. I didn't keep all of the bottles because I end up using my own glass bottles and kind of switch out what products I'm using, so I didn't want to hold on to a bunch of cleaning bottles. I just have one so I can make a refill and pour it into my other bottles. Another great thing about these is that they don't have a ton of scent, so if you're somebody who's sensitive to fragrance or don't like a lot of fragrance, Jaws is a great option. If you're somebody who loves fragrance, it's probably not going to be your favorite, but I like this product, so I'm going to keep these and keep holding on to my one bottle to keep making more cleaners. And other than that, I'm going to put these in back stock because I don't need them right now. So you'll see I also have some Clorox wipes. I don't plan to repurchase these. These are just ones that my parents gave me at the beginning of when everyone was crazy over trying to find disinfectant wipes and stuff. So I use these in our bathroom, and once I use them up, I'm probably not going to repurchase them. So I'm going to put these away in the bathroom. But I also have a few other bottles of multi-surface cleaners. Some of them are DIY cleaners and others are ones that I've made out of concentrates or other mixtures. So I'm going to stick those back in my linen closet too as extras. I have one bottle of backup here. I have this other one I still need to label, so I'm going to keep it to the side for now. And then we get to a bunch of other multi-surface cleaners here. So I get sent a lot of cleaning products because of my YouTube, but mostly because of my Instagram, which I started a while back. So because I focus a lot on cleaning and organizing, I do get products sent to me, and some of these I definitely like better than others. I will start with the Branch Basics. This is something I purchased with my own money and haven't really had enough of a chance to test out the multi-surface cleaner, but I am excited about it. And I am using it for my laundry as well, so I will share more about it later, but I'm going to hold on to this and put it in my linen closet. This cleaner, this Cloth and Bristle, another one, this was sent to me. It smells so good. I love the scent of it. It's like a minty scent, and it's kind of a thicker consistency. You'll see it doesn't come out of a spray bottle. It actually, the top pops and you squirt it on. I guess you can use it all over the place. It says granite, marble, natural stone, hardwood, metal, plastic, tile, glass, grout, porcelain.
I'm pretty sure I've seen on their Instagram that you can use it for your makeup brushes and a bunch of other things. So I would check this out if you are interested in it. It's a more natural cleaner for sure. It says 100% natural, and I like the scent of it. So I feel like this is kind of a winner. Now these two, Clean Republic and Force of Nature, are similar cleaners in the fact that they're both very natural cleaners and safe around pets and kids. Force of Nature is one I just got. It comes with this part where you actually have to plug it into the wall and create a cleaner that only lasts for 2 weeks. So once it's been in the bottle for 2 weeks and you've created the cleaner, it expires, I guess. So that's kind of a con of this, is that it only lasts 14 days. But both the Clean Republic and the Force of Nature have kind of a chlorine-ish type scent to me. They're mostly just water and salt. So I'm not a huge fan of the scent, but I like how natural they are. The Force of Nature one, they say you can even spray it like directly on baby toys, or if you can spray your toothbrush with it. I would assume that it is fully safe around kids and pets, like I said, so that's a really big positive. And I have a few more of the Force of Nature refill packs. I like that they're small, like the Jaws refill packs. The Clean Republic doesn't do that. You have to buy new bottles. So that's probably a con of the Clean Republic. So that's my thought on those ones. So I'm going to pack all of this up and put it away.
I'm just going to reorganize these a little bit so I can put it back in my linen closet. And I know there are a lot of cleaners, but I'm doing my best to work through them and work through what I have. Definitely not purchasing any new cleaning products on my own because I want to use what I have.
So these last random cleaners, I don't know if they're anything I would specifically recommend or not recommend. I just have a carpet and upholstery cleaner I rent, so I'm not super interested in investing to keep our carpets clean here. So this is usually enough to make sure that I get our security deposit back. And then WD-40, I don't even know if that counts as a cleaner, but I have that. I have a leather cleaner. This cleaner came with a lot of my furniture that I bought from Macy's, so I hold on to this. It's a fabric and microfiber cleaner. And then I have this e-screen cleaner. This is what I use on my computer, TVs. You can use it on glasses, anything like that. Windows, it says too. And I actually do really like this cleaner, so I'm gonna put these random cleaners away with the rest of my stuff in my linen closet. Last but not least are all of my laundry products. They fall under the category of cleaning products. And if you are interested in learning more about the different laundry detergents that I use, I actually did a video just a couple of days ago where I compared a bunch of different laundry detergents that I was testing out. So you'll see some of those here, but if you want a more in-depth review, make sure to check out that video where I'll share even more. I'm linking in the cards above here so you can check it out. But I still have a lot of laundry detergent to get through. So let's start with the laundry detergent category, and I'm gonna pull all of it out of here.
These are the 4 plus 1 other laundry detergent that I mentioned in that video that I was testing. So if you're interested in the Tide Plus Downy, Branch Basics, 7th Generation, or Everspring and wondering more about those products, make sure to watch that video. I also have a lot of Downy Unstoppables. I'm trying to get rid of those and just be done with them. And then in my washing category, I also have some stain removers and Oxy Boosts and things like that. With the backstock, I have bleach, static guard, wrinkle release. I have my extra branch basics, OxyClean to clean the actual washing machine. I'm going to put one aside to use that, dryer sheets, and then linen spray.
Let's talk about cleaning products. So I love using my glass spray bottles as my main source of using multi-purpose cleaners, but I even use them for glass cleaners, buy things in bulk, make my own DIY cleaners. I buy cleaning concentrates, things like that. So I wanted to get rid of products that I don't personally like in this category. So the first thing that I used up was a bunch of the type of Clorox wipes. I don't even know what brand this is. It just says antibacterial wipes, instant, fresh and clean. Maybe that's the brand. I don't know. These things are absolutely useless. They might as well have been soaked in water. So I don't know where I got these. I did not like them. Would not recommend. But I wanted to get rid of any type of cleaning wipe I have like this because I hate using them and want them gone. So I used up one package of this. I had one container of Target disinfectant wipes. It's just their Up and Up brand. And then this was actually the normal Clorox wipes. I believe the packaging was also yellow. But I had had it around for so long that the packaging actually fell off the outside of it. And I probably have had this thing for 2 years and just avoided using it because I was using my spray bottles with my microfiber cloths and figured it was time to actually use these items up. So that's 3 containers of wipes. Some of them only had a few wipes left in it, but now I own a lot less. So that feels really good. The other thing I was able to use up this month, which is one of my favorite cleaning products, is the Method Squirt Mop. And I'm now completely out of Method Squirt Mop, so I need to get some more. I like using this Method Squirt Mop spearmint and sage scent in the bathrooms. It is one that is a hard floor cleaner, so it's perfect for the bathroom. And I think the spearmint and sage scent really brings this like minty fresh scent to the bathroom. So if you're looking for a bathroom floor cleaner, this is one I would recommend. The almond scent for wood is what I like using through the main kitchen and living room area. They sell that one in a large refillable bottle too. I don't think they sell the spearmint and sage scent though in a large refillable bottle. So I'll just have to keep buying the smaller ones, which is unfortunate because of all the plastic, but it is one of my favorite products. So something I will repurchase. And finally, the last cleaning product that I used up is this giant bottle of Sport Tide Odor Defense. I was using this for only my workout clothes, sometimes other dirty things that had really like ingrained stinky scents in them, but mostly just workout clothes. So it took forever. It says there are 89 loads in this. It took forever to use it up because I was only using it for loads of laundry with workout clothes. I have now completely switched over to Branch Basics. I tested a bunch of laundry detergents a few months back, so I'll make sure to link that video in the cards above if you're curious about more non-toxic laundry detergents. But happy again to have this giant container out of my collection and just have the Branch Basics one. That's a pretty small bottle, and then that backup cleaning concentrate that I add water to and create my own new bottles of laundry detergent, and don't have different specialized laundry detergents anymore, just one bottle that I use for everything. So
let's start with an overview of how things look before we get to organizing. I pretty much just threw everything into this room when we moved in. Gosh, it's now been over a month since we've been here, but I did divide things by cleaning products in general versus laundry products, so I at least have that start. And I am going to put, I think, laundry products on this left cabinet that I'm taking the Kleenex boxes out of right now, and then use the right cabinet for more general cleaning products just to keep it divided that way. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull everything out of the cabinets so I can understand how much space I have and figure out what organizing products I want to use first and how they fit in the space.
It can get lonely, swiping left and right to meet somebody.
For this area, I did get some new organizing products, and I always recommend that you measure first before you buy anything. So I measured everything before I bought it, but the products I bought are really easy to kind of reconfigure a little bit. So I am going to still try and lay it out into my space first and then fill it up with products. And even if you do measure first, that's always the right way in my mind to do it, is to try and put your products in there first and figure out how it looks in the space and then start to fill it up. I'm starting with the cleaning product side, and I got these bins from the Container Store. They are actually some of the most inexpensive, the cheapest bins you can get at the Container Store. It's shocking how cheap they are compared to other Container Store products. I know a lot of people are hesitant to shop at the Container Store because of how expensive their bins are, except for these ones. These ones are pretty inexpensive, so I thought they'd be great to put in the laundry room because they're so multi-purpose, and I needed a few of them, so I didn't want to spend a ton of money. And these bins come in 3 different sizes. I'm using the medium and large size here. I have some of the thin size as well, the smallest size. And I kept those just in case I wanted to use them in here. But for the most part, cleaning products are a little bit larger, so the medium and large size work the best for me. Now that I have my general layout, I'm going to start filling things up. So I have a couple of Lazy Susans here, and I'm going to use those for smaller items. And first up, this divided Lazy Susan is actually really convenient to have on a shelf that's a little bit higher up like this one, because those dividers come out. So if I want to grab something, I could easily take the entire divider out and pull it down to my eye level. That's why I like having it up there. So I'm using some of my cleaning extras and cleaning concentrates. I shared a video about this also not that long ago if you're interested in some of the cleaning products and what I use in my refillable glass spray bottles. I will link that in the cards above, but I also added some sponges in that Lazy Susan. And then I'm going to put in another Lazy Susan the essential oils that I have. I do use essential oils in DIY cleaners. I also kind of want to move away from using dryer sheets, which I'll talk about in a little bit more detail once we get to the laundry side of things, but you can use essential oils on dryer balls as a replacement to dryer sheets. So I think it's good for me to keep the essential oils in the laundry area, the laundry room, and especially on this cleaning side of things.
Waking up with you by my side, looking so beautiful. Yeah, I got high when I met you, got me way up in the clouds, and I don't wanna go.
Now on to cleaning products. So I'm going to start loading them into the bins and categorizing them as best I can. So that first one, I just started putting soaps in there. And then I'm dividing my cleaners by multi-surface or multi-purpose cleaners, specialty cleaners, cleaners that I use in bathrooms, cleaners I use in kitchen, and trying to make those categories and figure out which bins fit the products the best.
It's hard for me to tell you how I feel. I'm afraid to show you it's underneath.
It always takes some arranging and rearranging when you're doing a project like this. And I also wanted to keep in mind as I was organizing how I wanted things to work. So did I want to have just one of everything in each category and then keep backstock way up high, or keep all of my floor cleaners, for example, in one spot, even though I had duplicates of something,
and not have a separate back stock necessarily for everything. So I pretty much did decide to do it just by category, and if there were duplicates, that's fine, but keep it category by category. And then the more used cleaning products I was going to put on the bottom, so they're a little bit easier for me to reach, and things that I use less often I was going to put up higher. But still, even though they're up higher and they're in these bins, I can pull the bins down a lot easier than pulling down just individual products or something like that.
Throw away our labor like a piece of paper, gone and won't be found. And
Lesson learned here, even though I did adjust the shelves to fit the bins before I started loading them up with all the cleaning products, I realized some of my cleaning products are a little bit taller than some of these bins, so it didn't quite fit, and I could either adjust the shelves or put the cleaning products on their sides so they fit in there better. Okay, most of the cleaning products are put away. I'm going to set that cupboard aside for now. I like the way it generally looks, but before I label anything, I'm going to finish up the rest of my laundry products and finish up the rest of the other areas, because you'll see I did have a bunch of other things shoved in this lower cabinet, and I just found another Lazy Susan that I actually like better than the one I used for my essential oils. It's kind of like the divided one that I put my backup cleaning product concentrates and my sponges in, but it has even more dividers, which is even better for essential oils, and I can pull them down again to my eye level and grab what I need. And it's just going to work a lot better for me, and it matches the other one better, so I switched all my oils over and then was back to the laundry cabinet. I actually like that I freed up that extra Lazy Susan so I can put my most used cleaning products, or I guess laundry products, onto that Lazy Susan. And then I had a few extra of the bins from the Container Store that I'm going to put on this lower shelf with some more laundry products. But on the Lazy Susan, I have my normal wash that I use for all of our clothing. One of my friend's moms gifted us this baby wash, so I put that on there, as well as some of our most used stain removers. And then in the bins, I'm putting some lingerie bags and then some samples of cleaning products and laundry detergents, as well as some laundry cleaner. And that's cleaner to actually clean the washing machine. I wanted to reuse some of these Y-Weave Target bins that I had from our old apartment. I used them in my laundry closet before we had a laundry room. And with the tall bins from the Container Store and then these bins from Target, it just didn't really fit very well together. And I played around with moving the shelf, and then I realized it just makes more sense to completely take out a shelf and give myself a little bit more space. So that's what I decided to do, is to take out a shelf. Instead of trying to shove more in here than I need, I have a lot of space in this laundry room, so I don't need to have all of these shelves in here. So I did have to get my husband to come help me out because I couldn't quite get it out of there, and he's a little bit taller. So once I got that out of there, things looked a lot better and fit in there the way that I wanted them to. In these glass jars, I have one jar for my OxyClean type cleaner. It's actually from Branch Basics. But the other jar, I had some dryer balls that help agitate the dryer that are actually more of like a silicone material. But I did buy some new wool dryer balls, so I'm going to put those in there and then put away the rest of my dryer sheets. I still have a few of those to go through and want to finish those up and then switch over to wool dryer balls. I love our new washer and dryer, but I do have to change the setting every single time to change the dryness level to be at the highest, because if I just run it normal, even if I change the temperature of the dryer, for some reason our clothing isn't totally dry, but it does dry completely if I change the dryness setting. So I'm thinking that these wool dryer balls might actually help with that. I've heard that they actually speed up the drying time. So I will keep you guys updated as to how I'm liking them and how it affects the drying time and all of that stuff once I start using them a little bit more often. I'm also planning on keeping some backup rags and microfiber cloths. These are my old ones, really gross and dingy ones, as well as a pack of yellow ones from Costco that I can just get super dirty and don't have to worry about and can put in my laundry room just for backups and extras. So I have these old bins again that I used in my apartment. I think a lot of these I actually used in our freezer and I'm repurposing them. I have no shame in moving things from room to room. Just because you buy something for one purpose doesn't mean it has to stay there, especially when you move. I like to move things around and figure out where they work best in my new space. So I did one of all of the yellow cloths from Costco, one of all of my old random microfiber dirty rags, and then another one of larger towel type rags, and folded those a bit differently because they are so much larger. I decided to put those in the lower cabinet as well as some backup Kleenex boxes. We like to have Kleenex boxes kind of all over the house. So having some backups upstairs is really nice. And then I'm also putting the microfiber cloths right next to the Kleenex boxes. And my cleaning caddies that I need to fill up a little bit later. I haven't taken care of that yet, but I will probably fill those up and use those around the house as well. I'll keep my status quo up here, won't let anybody. So here's kind of the after of what that cabinet looks like. It turned out great, nice and simple. And then we have that space to hang our clothing as it dries, which I'm really appreciative to have. And you'll see the drawers above it are empty. I don't have anything in there and I'm okay with that. There's no need to fill the space for the sake of filling the space. I'm filling up one last bin in the cleaning products cabinet and then going to get to the labeling portion. And a lot of times you guys have seen me use my Cricut machine. Some of you have recently commented about how extensive that process can be, and it really is. I do love my Cricut labels because I think it really elevates the look of a space. But I want to show you another way to label things. I'm using an extremely old label maker. There are some updated P-Touch label makers that are awesome and have tons of different options and fonts and colors and things like that. But even with something really basic, you can, again, elevate the look of your space. So I want to show you how easy it can be. I did an Instagram poll. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have participated in the poll, but I asked you guys which was your favorite font of a few different fonts on this machine that I was considering. You guys liked this really simple, basic, legible font, and that's what I went with. And I went with the biggest size that I had, so it's nice and bold, easy to read, and printed out very basic labels. And now I'm going to stick them on each of the bins.
Will you be there to
So the last bin at the top, I labeled industrial. I couldn't really think of another title for it, but it was all of those really heavy duty, harsh cleaners. One of the cleaners helps remove paint, one is lime away, things like that. So if there's a better label for that one, let me know what you think I should relabel it as, or should I just keep it industrial because I know what that means. I did want to put that one up high as well. I think it's good to have those cleaners higher to reach. I know we don't even have our baby here yet. He is due to arrive in December, but especially as kids start to be able to reach cabinets and stuff, again, it'll be a while till he can reach that high, even at the lowest level. But I want to keep those cleaners up really high so he can't access them. On the laundry side of things, I'm using some bin clips on the Target bins and putting simple labels on the lower bins from the Container Store as well, just like I did on the cleaning product side. You'll see there's so much more storage on the end here of the laundry room. All of that is empty. There's nothing really in those cabinets. I keep a garbage can under the sink as well as a bin to put dirty rags. But that's pretty much it. So I'm going to add a little touch of decor here. I added some flowers, some fake flowers, fake lilacs, and lily of the valley with some lilac Mrs. Meyer's hand soap. And that is pretty much it. I've pulled out all of the bins that I plan to use in this linen/utility closet. It's probably more of a utility closet because we're not putting any linens in there actually. I'm just going to put all of the linens in each bedroom that they go with. Extra towels go in our bathroom, or extra towels go in the bathrooms that they correspond to. So this really is more of a utility closet, I guess.
We could break up and then make up. I always come back to you. You move me in a way never thought anyone could. You get me higher.
I had some of these categories already from our apartment and brought these bins over straight to the new house, packed some of them exactly how they were. But now that we have more space, I can spread things out a little bit more. I had one bin that was both batteries and sewing. Those two categories make 0 sense to me to put together. So now I can have a separate bin for batteries and a separate bin for all of our sewing and other things like that, like little extra buttons and items that go with clothing that I want to hold on to. This next bin is for all of our shoe supplies, so little inserts that help make shoes more comfortable, especially my high heels. I have little things that protect the back of the shoe, and then shoe cleaning supplies. That all goes in one bin for shoes. And the bins that I'm using right now are my favorite bins from the Container Store. I just love the look of them. I think they're so pretty with the bamboo tops on them. You can also get plastic tops, or they even come in gray, so if you prefer gray. And you'll see I have a small size and a medium size, and then they have one size that's even deeper. Then these other bins that I'm pulling out, I had one for kind of repair type items, furniture repair, home repair, hooks, things like that, pens that you can use, or crayons to fill in wood furniture to try and match things. I had another one that was all electrical, one for light bulbs. So I think I'm going to do something similar, just rearrange it a little bit. And I'm actually going to parse out that repair category and move some of it to organizational supplies and then repair. So the organizational supplies I'm going to put in the white bin. That's going to be everything like command hooks and bin clips that I have that are extra, or things that I use for organizing. And then the repair is going to actually be repair items or you'll see I have little furniture pads in there, and try and figure out the difference between repair and organization.
It's silent now, we don't say a word, we're just looking at each other. Tears in our eyes from the words we say.
Honestly, I'm thinking of these bins as the white bins are things that I'm going to probably access a little bit more. And then the tan ones are ones that my husband will most likely access more. So those light bulbs, electrical, and repair, that's going to be kind of things that he's dealing with. He is much better at that stuff than I am. And of course, organizing is my thing. So this bin is something I'm going to access probably more often. These boxes I really like as well. I'll try and find a link for them. They're Rubbermaid, and I think they're called bento boxes because they have little separate compartments that open and close, which is really handy to have in a bin. Sometimes when you have just a large open bin, things can get really messy inside and you need smaller containers. So I like that you don't have to purchase anything separate for these bins. You can just pop out one of the sides and it has its own built-in divider.
We can't fix our broken hearts. Loving me is not so goddamn easy as I think. You try your best to hold up, but I see you giving in. You know that we shouldn't keep it up like this. We hurt each other's feelings on and on.
In one of the small dividers, I'm putting in all of the extra plugs. We have some of those plugs that you can plug in and you can have a smart device. So it turns a lamp into something where you can say, turn on the lights and the lights will turn on. All of those little plugs are going to go in there. I pulled out a couple because I do want to get a few set up. I also pulled out a remote because I want Jim to figure out what TV that goes to. And I also pulled out some of my little Amazon devices. I don't want to say her name just in case you have one in your house. I hate when people do that. And then she starts talking to me. But I pulled one of those out. We're going to get those set up in the house. And the rest of the cords I just wrapped up and I'm going to stick in there, and Jim can go through it at a later date because I don't know what half of those are for, if we need them, or if they need to go somewhere that we still haven't set up in the house yet. I kind of had a vision in my head of how I wanted this to look, so I'm going to lay out the bins where I want them to go and put the ones that have items in there away for now, so I have a little more space on the floor to keep organizing and filling the rest of them up. With this last bin, I figured it would be perfect to put extra candles in and scents and things like that. I have a couple reed diffusers, I think, in my bathroom I should probably go grab and stick in there as well. So I have gone through most of my candles. You'll see, I think there's only 3 or so left. I have a couple down in the basement in our storage room that are seasonal scents with seasonal decor. So I have to figure out whether I want to store those with the rest of the candles or store those with seasonal decor. But for now, I'm putting those 3 candles in there, and I'll figure the other ones out when I go tackle the storage room at some point.
Like 2 magnets, we are drawn to each other. You just know how to push all my buttons. Moved out of town and I erased your number, but still I find myself calling in the middle of the night.
Now, I really wish that this closet had a plug in it so I could mount my Dyson vacuum and just clip it in there and have it charge every time I put it in the closet. Unfortunately, it doesn't, so I'm just trying to figure out exactly where I want to store my Dyson and what I want to do with it. But it does fit nicely in that longer storage area. I'm going to put all the Dyson parts and the charger right above it in an open bin. It's a lot easier for me to have that in an open bin. In our apartment, we had it in a bin with a top on it, and it was just a pain to get things out whenever I needed it. So I've learned my lesson. It works much better for us to have something that's easily accessible. So keeping that open works great.
So useless, you circle around me like the moon around the earth. Always ending with a kiss, I'm clueless. We pretend that we don't really care at all, and there is nothing I can do.
Now I'm just putting the labels on the bins that I know I have labels for, and I'm keeping the same categories, and then trying to figure out what other labels I need. and I'm going to go downstairs and print those so I can have brand new labels that work with the new categories. I'm also putting up these little canvas bins on the far right side. They're actually empty right now. So it is maybe more of an aesthetic thing that they're sitting there. Either as I continue to go through my house, I'll find something that will fit there or move them to a different room. But for now, I'm just going to set them there. So down to my office, I brought the old bin clips so I can match the exact same font and size that I used on the old one so I don't have to remake everything. When I make labels on my website, I use standardized sizes, so it's really easy if somebody orders another set of something that I know what the correct size is. But when I made these labels, there was nothing standardized about what I was doing, so I'm trying to measure them so I can accurately get something that looks very similar. I also made myself a cup of warm apple cider, and I'm sipping on some apple cider. I actually used the apple cider for a video that I did recently with different fall recipes and used it in one of the meals. So I had a bunch of apple cider left over, so I just heated some up in the mug. And I clearly should have put on my glasses because you'll see how much I am leaning forward and squinting and trying to get these labels the right size. I don't know if you can also see out the window that our cute little neighbor boys are running back and forth and back and forth. Some of you guys have asked if we've met our neighbors yet, and we have. There are so many kids in this neighborhood, so I'm really excited to have a baby and start a family here because it seems like a very family-friendly spot, and there are lots of boys, so our little boy will be in good company. Another thing I do when I make my own labels for myself, I try and use as many little scraps of paper as I can and try and take advantage of that. So I'm going to get the white labels printing that are going to go on the black bin clips. And while those print, I'm going to peel off some old labels from bin clips that I had in my apartment. And I've gotten this question before too, which is, are your labels permanent? What type of vinyl do you use? And I do use a permanent vinyl. It is marketed as something that's permanent. And I do that because it can go through the dishwasher. It's really, really sturdy and stays on wherever you put it without peeling off, but you can still get it off of the surfaces. So if you take your nail or a little tool and kind of peel away at it, you can get the labels off, even off of a mug or something else that you put it on. But again, if you put that mug through the dishwasher numerous times, it stays on there. So that's why I prefer permanent vinyl. You're getting this in my brain. You're getting this in my brain. You're getting this in my brain. And I sped this clip up because I wanted you guys to see what the Cricut looks like. This is the tool that I use to make my labels. It's kind of crazy and a really handy thing. I still need to figure out more ways to use it to make greeting cards. I feel like I should be making my own cards and making all of these other things because I have this tool at my disposal, but it's pretty cool the things that it can do. If you are looking for a good holiday gift for somebody who's a crafter or somebody who may even be yourself and you would be interested in getting one, it is a great holiday gift. I gave it to myself as a gift one year. I found it on sale on Black Friday and I love it. It was one of my best purchases, I think. Now is kind of the tedious part, depending especially on the size of your labels. So the smaller the label, the more tedious the process of making them because you have to weed away all of the excess from the lettering that you want to retain. So I'm just getting in there with this little tool and trying to get in the holes of all the letters and peel away all of the excess without peeling up the actual lettering that I want to keep. And I sped up a little bit there because I don't want you guys to sit through and watch me just make labels the entire time. But the next thing that you're going to do is put on the transfer tape. That is what you're going to peel off the label from the backing and be able to stick it on whatever surface that you want.
Come home with me tonight. Run away with me. It'd be worth the time. Run away with me. I made you feel alright. Run away with me. And I'll be good this time around. I'll be good this time.
Now that I have all of my labels made and the bin clips that I'm going to put them on, I just give them a good rub onto the transfer tape to make sure the label peels up nice and easily. Peel it off of the backing, stick it off on the surface that I want it to go on. Again, give it a good rub so the label sticks, and then peel away the transfer tape. It's a pretty simple process. I'm reusing the transfer tape and doing the same thing over and over again. Again, if you were to order labels from me, each label would come with its own transfer tape, and the process is really simple.
Love you like I do. Oh, it breaks your heart. No text, no calls from me. I thought I could shake this off, but I'm not that type with you. So run away with me. Come home with me tonight.
I love the final touch that labels put on things, but especially with these closed bins that are not see-through, it's really handy to have a label when you have multiple people in the house or yourself and you get confused what's in which bin. Sometimes things move around a little bit. So it not only looks aesthetically pleasing, but it is really handy to know what goes where. And even though you can see straight through the container that has the Dyson parts and the Dyson charger, I still made labels for that as well, and I'm using a matching font so it all looks cohesive together.
Run away with me. Come home with me tonight. Run away with me. It'd be worth the time. Run away with me. I made you feel alright. Run away with me. And I'll be good this time around.
I do wish the long part of the closet was a little bit taller. My mop doesn't fit under there. I tried putting our broom under there. It didn't fit under there either. So I can't quite hang everything the way that I want to in that space, but I am going to hang up our little duster and that fits perfectly there. So here is the final after. I think it looks great. I still need to figure out if I'm going to put something at the top right, but I'm in love with the space and it did not take that long.
I couldn't face what I couldn't find. Just need to know I need peace of mind.
Today's video is much requested, and that's talking about how I use my glass spray bottles for cleaning. I get questions a lot in my videos when I'm just doing a sophisticated Saturday and cleaning around the house. What is in your spray bottle? What do you put in there? What cleaners should I use? Things like that. So I wanted to talk about how you can use glass spray bottles, how I use glass spray bottles, and the benefits of them. Now, I really wanted to share this today because my new line of cleaning products just went live. I created my own glass spray bottles with silicone protective sleeves, so when you set them down, they drop down gently, they don't break. I know a lot of people get nervous about having glass bottles to clean with, so the silicone protective sleeve is awesome for that. The sprayer is really high quality. It works really nicely. It has your classic streamline or your spray and then 2 different locking positions. So I'm in love with these. They are live on my website right now. I will link them in the description box below. And if you're also interested in continuing along the eco-friendly movement here, I have my own microfiber cleaning cloths, which are so soft and luxurious. If you've ever had a microfiber cloth where you run your hand over it and your hand or your dry skin kind of snags on the microfiber, that does not happen with these cleaning cloths. They are in my classic sophisticated blue, perfect for cleaning. And they are, again, both live on my website. So if you're interested in that, make sure to check the description box below. But today we're talking about what I put in my glass bottles. Now, one of the main benefits I think about when I think about transitioning from just classic cleaners that you'd buy at any store versus using a reusable bottle would be the eco-friendly benefits of it. So glass is obviously going to be a lot better than plastic for our environment, but there are a few different ways that you can use these. So I'm going to run through the different types of cleaners that you can put into these bottles one by one and actually make some of them with you. So if you're ready for it, let's jump right into it. The easiest way to transition to using reusable spray bottles for cleaning, if you're not looking to put a lot of effort into this, is to just buy whatever cleaners you're already buying in bulk. Now, you might be surprised to find the cleaners that you're already using probably do have a bulk counterpart, either at the store you're already shopping at or at a place like Costco or another warehouse store like that. I find that a lot of my cleaners have bulk versions. One of my favorite cleaners is Method cleaners, and a bunch of them they sell in bulk versions like this one. I will make sure to list in the description box below some of my other favorite bulk cleaners that you might be interested in. But the thing about a bulk cleaner is you're going to be reducing the amount of plastic you're using because the container is going to be larger, therefore it can hold more of the cleaner without using more plastic, and then you're just going to decant it into a glass spray bottle like this. And that is seriously how simple it is. You pour the bulk cleaner into the spray bottle, done, that's it. So let's fill this bottle up, and then I'm going to show you some other ways that I like to use my spray bottles. The next option that I think is even more eco-friendly is using cleaning concentrates. So using a cleaning concentrate is similar to the bulk concept in the sense that you're going to be buying the main ingredient of the cleaner in a liquid form, but instead of directly just pouring the cleaner into your spray bottle, you're going to pour the cleaner along with some water into your spray bottle. So less packaging because you're not buying that bottle with all of the water in it already. You're going to provide your own water and then just use, depending on the cleaner, sometimes just the smallest amount of concentrate and mostly water, and it becomes a pretty strong and powerful cleaner. So I have a few examples here that are all different in the way that they work. The first one I have is from Grove Collaborative. This is actually also available at Target, but on the Grove Collaborative website. It comes in a glass bottle, so if you're really worried about reducing plastic, Grove is a great option because it has that glass bottle. Really simple. Some of these concentrates can be a lot more complicated because you need to do some measuring to actually figure out the different ratios. The nice thing about these is you simply dump the full glass bottle into your spray bottle and then top the rest off with water. Kind of a no-brainer. Then we have Mrs. Meyer's. This is another great cleaning product. I love Mrs. Meyer's cleaners. I love the smells that they have. So if you didn't know, they do sell cleaning concentrates in some of their different scents. One of my favorites is peony. So I do have this peony cleaner, and it will give you instructions as to how much of the cleaner to put into your bottle, and then you can add water on top of it. And then things get even crazier with another one of my favorites, Branch Basics. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I like using Branch Basics for my laundry detergent, but you can also use Branch Basics to clean your entire home, and they give you a different amount of concentrate to water ratio that you can use to create all different types of cleaners. So they'll tell you how much to use to make a streak-free glass cleaner, how much to use if you're going to create an all-purpose cleaner, things like that. And again, even their laundry detergent. So it has bathroom bottles, streak-free, like I said. You can even make foaming hand soap with this, laundry bottles, and all-purpose. So this one does take a little bit more precise measurement, but still the same concept of a cleaning concentrate. So I'm going to make one of these and show you how I do it, and then we'll talk about more. Now this option I think is extremely innovative and creative for whoever came up with this concept first. It may have been the Jaws cleaners that came up with this first. That's the just add water system. I've used these for a while. But what you're going to do is fill up your spray bottle with water, take off the top, you drop this little infuser into the spray bottle, stick your straw through the hole, if I can get it through, and that basically activates the cleaner, and you can shake it around a bit. You can pull the cleaner out when you're done with it or leave it in. Either way is fine. But you'll slowly see the cleaner start to leak through the water and change the color. It's actually pretty cool. But I like this option too because, again, less packaging, a lot less storage, which is really nice. So if you're tight on storage but you like to have some backup cleaners on hand, look how cute and tiny these things are. It's crazy. These cleaners are a full bottle of cleaner, but it's this tiny little bit of concentrate in here. So Jaws is a great option. I have a disinfectant here, a shower cleaner, a glass cleaner, a hardwood cleaner, a kitchen cleaner. I think they have even more. Another one of my favorites for this type of cleaning concept is called Infuse, and it's from the brand Casabella. I like a lot of the Casabella cleaning products. You may have seen that I have a Casabella mop and a few other Casabella items. So I have an unscented, which is really nice that they have this option, glass and window cleaner here. They have an all-purpose cleaner. They even have a mop that uses the same concept. So explore around. Again, I'll try and link everything in the description box below and list out all of the different options for each of the types of cleaners. But I really like this as an option, especially if you're limited on space. This is another option that uses water in addition to the cleaning product to create your cleaner within the spray bottle. And that is to use cleaning tabs. This is probably the most eco-friendly out of all of the options that I'm potentially sharing with you today, or one of the more eco-friendly options, because these tabs often do come in cardboard recyclable packaging. Sometimes they will come loose in a jar or in that cardboard packaging, and other times like this, they'll come in smaller individual packs of the cleaner. But even these, it's such a small amount of paper, again, recyclable, so it really is a good eco-friendly option. And with this, you're gonna do a very similar thing. Fill the spray bottle with water, you're gonna drop in your cleaning tab, shake it around a little bit, and you're good to go. The only thing I would recommend is using maybe a warmer water for something like this, just to make sure that the tab dissolves completely. So I'm gonna show you how to make this one. The last option I use my glass spray bottles for is DIY cleaners. And I'm sure a lot of you think of DIY cleaners when you think of using reusable spray bottles for cleaning. Hopefully today I introduced you to a few other ideas for what you can use these glass spray bottles for. Maybe you learned something new. But if you are interested in DIY cleaners, I have actually filmed a video previously on my favorite DIY cleaner recipes, not just ones using the spray bottles, but also I think I have a sink cleaner in there, maybe something to clean the garbage disposal if I remember correctly. So I will link that video in the cards above so you can find out all of my favorites. If you are interested in purchasing any of my brand new cleaning products that just launched, make sure to check the description box below for my website so you can purchase your own sophisticated organization, glass spray bottles or microfiber cloths. I also sell vinyl labels in a variety of different fonts and different colors that you can apply directly to your glass spray bottles so you don't forget what's in each of them. So I would love if you gave this video a thumbs up if you learned something new or if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and until next time, I will see you guys later.